The year is 20XX, and it's time for more 20XX. You guys said you want to see a Defiant mode, so I'm going to give you a Defiant mode. And it's going to be so defiant. I'm going to go ahead and take Ace out for a spin. It's my favorite character in this game. He's Zero-like, even though when I play like Mega Man X5, Zero is really hard to control. He gets killed really easily. Ace, not so much. Also, I'm going to be taking these three things with me. This gives me extra power damage, and when I run out of energy, I can use my nuts as power. This will give me more health, and this gives me a murder drone. Now I can murder things. And of course tokens if I need them. But we're going into Defiant mode, and I'm picking my favorite skulls. Swarm gives us more enemies to fight. That means more nuts to drop. I'm going with Marathon. That's double long levels. Endless, which means it doesn't end until I die. And after level 9, you start taking increased damage. And Destiny, which limits my choices to 1. So no picking the enemy that's weakest. I have to go what comes to me. Otherwise, it's pretty much going to be the same as normal mode. It's just a self-imposed challenge mode. And of course it drops us off at a random Maverick. This time we're going to have to deal with Kerr. Without any weapons, without my Vera, so that means I can't reflect bullets at him. Also, the levels are double long, so we're going to be seeing more stage variety. This game kind of operates on the premise that it throws together a whole bunch of stage elements like a deck of cards. Each stage is a card, and each run is a whole deck. Oh, well, each run through a certain stage is a whole deck, I should say. But yeah, you're going to get billions and billions of combinations, even if they only have like 52 different parts to put together. That's more possibilities than are atoms in the universe. Also, I'm getting a phone call, hold on. So that's what I get for playing during the morning hours instead of late at night where everyone's asleep but me. Oh well, it's bound to happen eventually. The phone is in the same room I'm in. Ah, different glory zone. Don't take any damage. I'm gonna try and not fail this challenge. Oh, and Ace, even though he's a Zero, he could charge his weapon. He could actually charge his blade up. It's a little bit difficult dealing with these things because I have to get in melee range, and they like to do that. Also, that thing there. It shoots spikes at me. I don't like that. Also, I have to be careful not to jump into enemies when I'm trying to attack them. The blade actually has the La Mesa effect where it could hit even though its animation doesn't reach. Ah, good! Owlhawk is back. Power kills might restore health. I'm gonna go for Owlhawk during this Defiant run. We're gonna see it. I guarantee it, because I have more levels to play with. And I'm gonna get a whole bunch of soul chips if I play this correctly. I should, because look at all the health I got. That's some ridiculous amounts of health for starting out. It might be hard when you're first starting out, but once you start getting unlocks like +4 health or murder drone and all that, the game gets a little bit easier, but that's what Defiant mode is for. Because Defiant mode could get really, really nasty, especially when you get past level 9. I don't know how it's going to do that once they add the Dr. Wily level. You'll probably run through a Dr. Wily level as well. That's what I'm imagining anyway. We did have another update, but it's kind of a minor one. It's just Glory Zone tweaking. Like, they made Glory Zones a little bit easier in the early parts of the game. And they just catch up from there. That's pretty much all that update was. It's not as big as the one that happened before when they added all those Glory Zones to begin with. But I'll keep you updated. Maybe we'll have like an update happen in the middle of this Defiant run, if I'm doing really well at it. But, I think that might actually erase our Defiant run. I'm not quite sure how that works. Oh boy, alarm clock! Everything's happening at once. I wanted to wake up at 10 o'clock. I did not do that because I'm impatient for Switch. Yeah, I'm not going to enjoy my late night foray into Zelda, but I'm going to have to deal with that. So yes, you know, I have an alarm clock right next to my computer. It is loud and annoying, as alarm clocks should be, because then you'll just ignore them. Sometimes it actually malfunctions and makes a hissing noise instead. I do not wake up during those times, and if it's a work day, people get angry at me. They get very angry at me. Okay, they don't get very angry, because I still have a job there, so I guess they understand in their own way. As you can see, the levels are quite longer this time. It took us a lot longer to get here. You know what? I'll sacrifice some of my health. Give me some of those nuts. I can deal with it. Look at all those nuts I have now. No place to spend them yet, though. We'll just murder Kerr and get his power. His Quint laser. Did I tell you that you could charge that? Because you could charge that. Also, these bosses are ridiculously easy to kill with Ace. Especially when starting out, especially when you charge your blade first. Because the blade just does so much damage compared to the Mina Buster. Ah, the volunteer. That reminds me that someone suggested I should take this and take everything in the very safe labs. I'm taking that because that's usually how I commit suicide when a run gets boring. I just take very safe lab things until I explode. I kill myself using malware. Looks like we got Deathload next. I don't have the weakness for him either, but I don't really have a choice now, do I? I kind of like starting out with the Vacuum Labs, though. Because there's a lot of nut potential in the Vacuum Labs and in Agnesort. Not so much when you're going through Sky Temple, because things will fall into the abyss. And Frostin' is just a pain in the butt because of the ice. So, I would rate them like 1 to 4, maybe Vacuum Labs, Agnesort, then Frostin', and then finally Sky Temple, because Sky Temple is a jerk. I kind of regret doing a normal mode first, because I'm kind of running low on things to talk about, because extra long levels means I have extra time to be in a level, and I kind of already explained the levels a little bit when I went through it the first time. I want the soul chip. I also want the secret level up here. Ah! Can I even reach that? I'm gonna have to try. As you can see, the timer really hasn't changed much. Okay, I can reach it, it's just I have to be quick about it. Oh boy, the very safe laboratory! What do they have for me? It's brutish augmentation again. I don't want to be mighty. Thank you. Even though it doesn't really hurt me this early in the game, because I don't really have many powers I want to use, except for Quint Laser. But I need a certain item to get rid of malware. So I have to be careful with that. Because if I don't find it, then I'm limiting myself. Which is why I'm not doing a very safe lab run, because I might end up in a point where I'm stuck with nothing but pets, I have no ability to physical attack, I have no ability to power attack, and my stats might be really, really poopy. And that's just basically a dead run right there. If you can't really do anything except rely on pets that just fire randomly, then you're kind of dead in the water. So I don't really want to do that. I want to show you how ridiculous it gets, not how ridiculous it gets. Ah, check it out, I got a helmet early. This is the Bolt Dash helmet. I didn't pick it up the last time because I wanted to keep the Outhawk, but this allows you to complete dashes a lot faster, and it kind of commits your momentum to your jump. So you could do much longer dash jumps. And you could catch up to things without having to worry about it. It's useful in the early game. I'd rather have the Armatort helmet, which turns health into armor. That's just my preference there, because extra armor early in the game, where you have very little health, is very, very useful. Alright. Kiss this bullet goodbye. See? Because it's committed Sudoku on itself. I'll take some more nuts, thank you. Still looking for a store, though. I want that. Ah, I didn't want it that badly. I regret myself now. Good thing with extra long levels is you almost always guarantee yourself to find a glory zone somewhere. And that's where you get the awesome parts. I can't imagine playing this game without core AUGs, because then it's just Mega Man, not Mega Man X. All the fun of Mega Man X is getting all of those special parts that give you special abilities, and then you learn to Hadouken things. Also, he put his spikes into the platform. I'd never seen that happen before. It's weird. That felt a little short for an extended stage, though. Vacuum Labs is holding out on me. Alright, what do you got? Ooh, Nut Finder! This is Scrap Metal Scavenger. More nuts for me! Ah, nuts, more health. Alright, let's take care of Death Lotus. He has a floor this time. He's not gonna be as nasty, but he's still gonna be pretty darn nasty. What I don't like using is the Quint Laser while I have to jump around like this, because I have it on my Y button. So I can't really hit my Y button and my jump button at the same time. Not without configuring my controls to do it. So I kind of ignore the Quint Laser for the most part. Kind of let my Murder Drone do all the work. This is the disadvantage of being a melee character fighting a thing that could teleport around. Because I really don't have much of a point. I have to get right in his face so I could slash him in the face with it. Come on, Murder Drone, do what I programmed you to do. Murder things. Murder him. This is all you, man. I can't really do much. I'm kind of stuck down here. Stop being up where I can't reach you. What have we learned? We learned that Murder Drone is awesome. And I learned that I have more attack strength. Good for me. I'm gonna kind of cut these videos short because they're kind of intensive. I don't think I want to go for an Agnesort run right now, so I'm just gonna save it here. I'll try to do a bit about like 2 bosses a video, just to save on my storage space and boost the quality a little bit, because the other ones were a glitchy mess. I'll see you next time for more Defiant Mode. Good night.